Welcome to the Deep Rock Sports Extra. I'm Elton Willard, along here with Coach Nikki York of the Cushing High School Lady Tigers. And Coach, welcome to the program again. We're glad to have you.
Well, thanks for having me come back for a little wrap-up.
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're trying to wrap up the season. You had a good season for your first season here as the Cushing High School girls softball coach. And let's talk about how that season went. Season overall was pretty good. You came into the districts, and we're looking forward to that district playoff, and you got to play here. And tell us a little bit about the districts and how it went for you.
Well, we faced Berry Hill, who is a team in our conference, and they're a very tough team. We knew right off the bat that whenever we seen that in the paper or in the rankings, that it was going to be a challenge, and our girls stepped up to it, and they took care of them. They were excited to just take care of business, and I was really excited with the way that we performed overall. Getting a draw like that was a tough draw for us. Berry Hill, they were deserving they were deserving just as well as we were into advancing within a regional. So it was tough for us, but like I told the girls, when we make it out of here, we're gonna face tougher teams anyway. So to face that caliber of pitching in districts and those caliber of hitters that Berry Hill has, it just made us better.
Well, a little different because they're a conference team that
Yes.
we have, and you probably looked at the way the brackets were coming out and thinking maybe we don't draw somebody within our district, but we draw a district foe, which you've already played them in districts, and so you knew how tough they were coming in, and turned out to be the first ball game was really tough, and the second ball game was just as tough, and you have to get a walk-off home run to get out.
Yes, it was. I'm telling you, it was a great way to end districts and win the district championship. Kayla Vasquez, she's our junior third baseman. Her at bat was probably 10 minutes long. She fought off 6, 7, 8 foul balls. It was a 3-2, a full count, 2 outs. We had our 2, 3, 4 right where we wanted them coming up. We were home team, and so it just all worked out perfect. And she comes up and she keeps looking down at me at the third base line, and she's just got that look in her eye like something's about to happen, and it did. And everybody went nuts.
And you get to play it at home in front of a great crowd, which we always have good crowds for the Cushing Lady Tigers. And so we advanced through the district, win the district title, you're a district champion, and then you have to go to Hilldale. And Hilldale for the regionals, and you knew coming out of that, you told the girls, hey, we're going to face better competition than we have, and it's going to get tougher here on out. That's why we go through regionals in the state. So you get to regionals, and right off the bat, you draw a tough foe right away.
Yes, well, actually, we were the 2 seed going into the regional, so we get to play Wagner. Wagner's a 3 seed, and then the 4 seed Shakota. So Shakota, Hilldale play. Hilldale has no problem taking care of them right off the bat. We get to see Shakota and Hilldale play. And then we play Wagner, which they come out, it's one of those things, like I told the girls, nobody is going to just hand it to you because everybody's season's on the line, basically. Everybody has seniors like we do. They don't want it to be their last game. So Wagner fought hard, and they were a good quality ball team. And we come out and we beat them, and then we get to set a game, and then we come back with Hilldale, and Hilldale beats us 10-0. It wasn't like we made a lot of errors. They hit the ball well. And then whenever you've got a pitcher like they do, she's committed to going to Southeastern next year. She's the coach's daughter, so she's a workhorse. And so, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to somebody that's good and just say, good luck to you guys, because she was well deserving of winning that regional. She was good. She shut us down. We tried to make some adjustments. We tried to back up in the box. We laid off the rise ball better the next day. Whenever we come back through the losers bracket and met them again, we had to come back and play Shakota again. Shakota ends up beating Wagner. We have to play Shakota again to get to Hilldale. And so for the regional championship game, we play Hilldale again. It was our second game of the day, having to play them back to back. She's fresh. That Hilldale pitcher's fresh. And like I said, she had that look in her eyes, like,
Well, and if
extremely
you get by her,
confident.
if you get by her the first game,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to face her again because it's a
Yes.
double elimination. So you're gonna have to win 2 in a row, which
Yes.
is very tough.
It is.
in a regional setting. So all in all, you had a good senior group this year, leadership, and being your first year, you actually looking for some leadership come in to help you out a little bit, and your seniors really stepped up this year.
Yes, they did. They made my first year here easy. Put it that way. Just great kids to work with, and you don't find that every place you go. Very, very coachable. Just whatever I want them to do, they're going to try to find a way to do it. Not saying that it's not tough for them to do, but whatever position I need them to move, we moved some people around early this year.
Right.
And then at the end, or about middle towards our season, we actually moved our infield around, and I didn't know how they were going to respond, and it was just what we needed. I mean, they glued together and they took it well, and we ended up being a lot better because of that. And we end the year with 25 wins and 15 losses, 3rd place in the conference, district champions.
Runner up in the regional.
Yeah, I mean, make it to the regional finals. And like I told the girls, you're in the regional finals, so there's 16 teams left that are playing right now. So you've made it to the top 16.
That's right.
And 64 schools in 4A.
And Class 4A is probably
Yes.
the toughest in the
Yes,
state.
it's extremely tough.
Yeah, because there's a nucleus of that right here in central Oklahoma. That's 4A, and those teams are really, really good.
Yes.
And you can look at 6A and 5A and 4A, but 4A, 5A, and 6A, 4A can handle anybody in 6A and 5A as well.
Yes, yeah, and that's why a lot of 4A powerhouses like the Tuttle and the Blanchard and the Newcastle, that's why they play 6A schools. Especially they're located by them anyway.
Absolutely.
So that's where they go and play.
Piedmont's another one of those.
Yes.
That we've faced the Piedmont groups a lot of times in a district, coming into a district play. So we've seen those type plays. Losing the 4 seniors, you only had 4 seniors, which is maybe
6.
Six
We had
seniors. Okay.
6, yeah.
So you lose that nucleus, but you have young players. You had a big number of players on this team, and that's good for a coach because it makes kids hungry. You're going to have to show me what you can do to get on the field. So with what's coming up as freshmen and 8th grader, your 8th grade team is putting some kids on the play. What do you look forward to for next year?
Well, we've got a couple of really good pitchers coming up, and I'm excited about that because that's something that you can never have enough of, especially if they work hard doing that, which those 2 girls do. They take time and they go and they have pitching lessons, and they both play not just Cushing ball.
Right, they play summer ball.
Yes, they play competitive ball, and that's what I like as well. So, but it's not just those 2 girls. We've got a catcher coming up. We've got an outfielder, and I think a couple of infielders. So we should be sitting right where we want to sit with what we're losing and what we're gaining. It's going to kind of equal out.
Everything's going to fill up.
Yes.
I umpire from the younger group in the summertime. I see, the 10 and unders, 12 and unders, 14s, and I know what that nucleus is for the Cushing group because I see them in the summertime. And you've got kids coming from 6th grade up. I mean, those are some good athletes coming up. They're playing a lot of ball in the summer times. And that's going to help your program in the end. Another thing that's going to help your program. Let's talk a little bit about this. This is going to be your first year for slow pitch.
Yes.
And as far as I know, Cushing has never played slow pitch softball. But slow pitch to me will help you in the fast pitch ranks because if you look back at defending state champions and playoff teams, they're the same teams that play slow pitch, that play fast pitch, and they're all there every year. So talk about a little bit about slow pitch and getting it started.
Well, I mean, just what you're saying, that's absolutely right. We can go back to where I played in high school at Devonport, and, I always get the state tournament programs when I go and watch the state tournament teams, and, Devonport has the most fast and slow pitch state championships in the state total. And that speaks for itself right there. If you're really good in fast pitch and you have those same kids come out, it glues and gels your defense together so well. Your outfielders, you look at it this way. If you've got somebody that's really having a great game on the mound, your left fielder might not get a ball all game, or your right fielder, or whoever. But in slow pitch, I mean, they're seeing
Everybody
something
has
every
to
inning.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to hit the ball, you know. And so I'm excited about seeing how well our girls are going to respond with it, because it's really they're going to be so much more relaxed at the plate. And it's going to be a confidence builder. It really is.
Well, with the slow pitch swing, it's basically your fast pitch swing too. So you
Yeah.
want to learn to swing up on a ball, because I see a lot of that too. But the slow pitch swing is basically just the same as your fast
Yes.
pitch swing, and you're
You're
waiting
just
for the
waiting
ball.
longer.
You wait for the ball to come down. You have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
That's-
seen that from transition from guys playing baseball and come to play slow pitch in the summer, and it's a hard transition for them to wait. But once they learn the game,
Yeah.
they fall in love with it. They're like, man, they can be doing this all the time.
It's just, and that's what I told the girls. It's just a timing thing. You're not going to be the best at it the first day, but it's a rhythm thing. It's a timing thing, and it's no better than, or no worse than waiting on a changeup. You know, and that'll make us better at seeing changeups in fast pitch. So it does nothing to your swing. You just wait longer.
Pitching is one of those, you're not throwing on a straight line, you're
Yep.
throwing it in an arc and letting it come down, and so you're not having a pitcher that's up there trying to strike everybody out or
No.
overpower them, because you got one
Everybody's
pitch.
gonna hit.
You know, you might throw it a little short and make somebody chase something, but I'm excited for Cushing to get started in this slow pitch program, and there's been talk about it in the past. It just hasn't come to fruition, but I'm looking forward to that. I do some of that umpiring as well. I'll probably see you on the field with that.
Of course.
I know that we're excited about what you've done this season. We're glad to have Nikki York, head coach of the Cushing Lady Tigers, with us tonight. I'm Elton Willard for Deep Rock Sports Extra.
The Deep Rock Sports Extra, brought to you by Deep Rock, the only locally owned energy company in Cushing.